Alright, so a long time ago, actually, one of my earlier videos, that I did a video on my picks for a Secret 6 team. So I decided to remake it. I decided to remake it with 6 new villains with totally different directions. Kind of like a revamp, if you will, of the Secret 6. And this team, as I envisioned it, this version of the team would be led by Talia, as you can see right here. And I would have them doing Black Ops missions for her. Like, she gets these 5 villains together, and she more or less, she tells them, I've got dirt on all of you. If you don't work for me, I'm going to leak it to the superheroes. And they're just forced to follow her. Now, the reason why I picked Talia is because she's been getting up there in popularity. She's becoming a very popular Batman villain, and I could see it actually, like, the first story arc, her taking on, not her father per se, but more like someone along the lines of Cobra and Brother Blood. Someone along that. Now, Talia makes a very cool character. I mean, even without powers, she's a great swordswoman, she's a great marksman. She's just great at everything, and I really think she's a strong leader and can actually put fear in the other 5 characters in this team. So that's more or less why I chose Talia as the leader. Like, she has a very commanding presence. She's very driven, very intelligent, and can easily manipulate the members of this Secret 6 team in any way, shape, or form. Like, she could manipulate them to do her bidding easier and without revolt, more or less. So more or less, yeah. So that's why I picked Talia as the leader. But moving on. Next is Felix Faust. Now, the reason why I chose Faust is because I wanted to have a magical element to the team. Like a sorcerer who can handle the magical aspect of the team. In case they encountered like another demon or something, they could just get Faust's magical opinion on it, or use his sorcery against him. He could also like open up portals or something, like Faust, get us out of here. Open up a doorway or something, and they can all get through it. So yeah, having a magic, I thought it'd be kind of cool, kind of making him the magic advisor of the team, and also the team's sorcerer, because the thing about the Secret 6 was actually got a little more diverse. It had the tech guy, it had the leader, it had the Black Alice was more or less the magician of the magical being of the group. So I chose Faust because he's got a little more psychotic kick in his magic. Following that is Livewire. Now, Livewire I wanted on the team just because I think, well, one, I think she's a cool character and I don't think she gets used enough. 2 is because I think she could be a cool asset to the team, making her the one who can more or less short out someone's electronics, like their high security base. They can just get Livewire to just override the systems and electrocute everyone in the building. Also, she's a pretty powerful being. I mean, when if the shit hits the fan, they could probably use her in a pitched battle, and she might prove a worthy asset. I mean, she's a very powerful electrical being, so she can definitely hold her own. But she would definitely be, her and one of the other members I picked for the team would be the uncontrollable one. So Talia would definitely keep Livewire in check probably the most, because Livewire's very unstable and believes her powers like she's just a party girl, more or less. And she'll do anything in her power to, just cause chaos and whatnot, and just for the sake of fun, for the most part. And but still, I think she'd be cool on the team. And I think Livewire is just a cool villain that doesn't get a lot of attention. Following that is Killer Croc. Now, Killer Croc I want on the team as like the muscle. He's the big wall smasher of the group. And plus, another reason why I wanted Killer Croc on the team is because, and I actually got to talk to the real Manos about this. We actually got on the subject of Killer Croc, and we were talking, and he brought up a good point. Croc's only, whenever you see Croc in the Batman comics, it's not only like for what, a 2 or 3 part story, and he hardly gets any screen time. And when he does, he's either someone's henchman or he's just there to get his ass kicked by Batman. So I've always thought Croc was a cool character, even though I think he's completely underrated as a Batman villain. As people think he's cool, but I don't think DC uses him right. So I would put him on the team as the good strong arm, and also have him like the guy who more or less they're the one who they probably turn to, like, let's say they're interrogating someone. Like Talia says, if you don't tell me what I want to know, Croc will Waylon over here is going to eat you. More or less, I think people, I know people are going to compare him to the killer shark of the team, but I think he just needs a little more screen time, and proven that Killer Croc can be a badass and more than just a, oh, me Croc, me eat you all the time kind of character. That Joker's Asylum one-shot really proved that he can be more than just a one-dimensional villain, and I thoroughly believe that he could definitely be used in more than one ways. I mean, look at the Secret Six that Gail Simone's written. I mean, all the characters were all just campy, one-dimensional villains, and she's given them a lot of depth. And I can't see why, putting Croc on the team would be kind of cool. So, and I think that would give more or less the same. If I could, okay, let me back up. If I could write this version of the Secret Six, I would definitely make Croc a definitely more than just a wild savage, more like the hurt and tortured monster he is, and he just hides behind it for the most part. Kind of like in the Joker's Asylum one-shot. I would really play up on that. So next up on my list of my revamped Secret Six team is Calculator. Now, the Calculator has actually gone from being a campy supervillain to actually being, oh, it's the Calculator, to, oh, it's the Calculator. Oh, crap. He was a member of the Society of Supervillains along with Talia, and I think Talia would call on him for her version of the Secret Six team to be the tech guy, like something they need to get through security, or get into a base, or more or less analyze every situation and be the planner of the group. I think that's where I would put Calculator, not really on the action, but more on the sidelines. Like, he'd be back at the base, looking at everyone's situation and monitoring everything. Something like that, but I also have him like sometimes on the front lines along with the rest of the six, inspecting the situation, and probably give quips and jabs at everyone else, calling them stupid and whatnot, except for Talia, because he did have some respect for Talia, if I remember right, during Villains United. He had like a little bit of respect for Talia, but I can't remember. It's been a while since I read Villains United. But yeah, I think she would call on him to be, because Calculator, again, he's gone from being, oh, it's the, like I said before, it's gone from being, oh, it's the Calculator, to, oh, it's the Calculator, awesome. But yeah, but moving on to the last villain I put on my revamped Secret Six, and that's the Trickster. Now, this was kind of like helter-skelter, more or less, of why I put Trickster on the team. I just wanted him there because I kind of wanted a Flash villain, and in my previous video of Secret Six, I put Captain Cold, and I thought about originally using Heatwave in here, but I thought, Heatwave, I like Heatwave, but I don't think he'd work well on this team. Trickster's, I want him to be unpredictable, and he's actually got some cool, gadgets. He's always got these weird, gimmicky gadgets, but he uses them in the most deadliest ways, and he's also just doesn't take everyone seriously. He'd be kind of like the new ragdoll of the group, but not as completely insane as Ragdoll was. And also, I'd kind of make him like the jokester of the group. Like he's pulling pranks on everyone, especially Croc on downtime. Like he'd pull some little childish pranks to putting a flashbang grenade in his ham sandwich or something like that. Yeah, come on, guys. He would do something. Looking at this prankster, he would probably do something like put a flashbang grenade in Croc's ham sandwich. That'd be kind of funny as hell to see. But yeah, I just thought it'd be cool because I really think if I could make my own Secret Six team, I'd really like to put the Trickster on there and write the Trickster, because whenever I read, he's not one of my favorite Flash villains, but it's not like, oh, it's the Trickster. It's like, oh, cool, the Trickster for me. But personally, if you ever want to know my favorite Flash villain, it's Captain Cold. But I think the Trickster's cool. In fact, I think all the Flash rogues are cool. It's just that I think Captain Cold's the most awesome. Next, that and the Reverse Flash. Reverse Flash is getting up there because of, Flashpoint. But anyway, this is more or less my revamped Secret Six team. I know this it was kind of short explaining them, but I just wanted to breeze right past them. But I really want to know, if you guys can make your own Secret Six team, what 6 DC villains would you choose on the team, and how would you put them? What roles would there be? Like, would there be a magical role? Would there be a wall smasher or a tech guy? Feel free to let me know. I really want to know, who would you put on this team?